welcome. This is Michelle Brubaker here, and I'm excited to be here. I'm always excited. I say that all the time, I know, but it's really true because I love being here with you, helping and supporting you with your online business. And in today's video, I want to talk about how things have changed for me in 2020 because it's been one of those years where business is different. It's not the same as it was last year, and I'm doing different things than I was doing last year. So call it Michelle version 2.0. That's why I called our video here today. So what I want to talk about is how I have pivoted through all the ideas. I have a lot of ideas. I see ideas everywhere. In fact, we're just flooded with them all over the place. They're just coming at us all the time. There's a lot of noise out there. And how I've been able to move through that and get to where I wanted to be, go to where I wanted to be in business, because you know that it's easy to get distracted. It's so easy to get distracted with all the possibilities and things that we can do out there. And it takes a lot of work. You know what? I just can't immediately jump from here to there to there to there to there and expect that I'm going to be successful with things, and have this big, huge dream and have big plans. I'm actually a very excellent planner, like really good at planning. It's the execution part, right? A lot of us are. But we all dream of what that online business is going to look like for us. And that might be, I want freedom to be able to go and do what I want, when I want, with who I want, where I want, right? I want to be able to do what I want. And I want to be able to have the finances and the income to back that up. But how do you move through these places? How do you move through that and move forward from all those things that are out there to planning the one that I'm going to do, at least one, right? I want to do everything, but how do I stay focused on do that one thing so I can transition into the place where I'm actually achieving results? So that's what I want to talk about today in this video. Of course, as always, I'm not pitching any product or services. This is just me here. So whatever business you're in, or if you're starting a brand new one, this is for you. So maybe even take a moment, write some notes, get a pen and paper out. And first of all, I just want to welcome everybody here. Hello, Sharon. Thank you. Appreciate that you're here today. You're so consistent, and I love that. Welcome everybody. I feel like I've got like a piece of hair there. There we go. See, I told you I'm going to be real. This is me real right here, telling you how I am and what I'm doing. All right, so let's just jump right in, okay? I want you to know right off the get-go that I don't always have it all together. There still is. I don't always have it all together. I've gone zigging and zagging and just done a lot of things online and on the internet. And how did I finally settle into something that I'm enjoying doing, that I'm liking doing? And your business may be something completely different than mine, and that's awesome. But I actually started down this path many years ago, and I jumped from this thing to this thing to this thing to this thing, and I jumped all over the place because I'm the kind of person that sees something and is like, that looks like a lot of fun. I could do that. And then I go over there and do that. And it takes me away from the other thing. So I'm just going to kind of give you a quick little rundown of some of the things I've done. So you can see what I mean by how I got from here to here. And of course, like everybody, years ago, I did some eBay. So it's a fun business. I have business associates that do a lot of eBay and make a great business and a great income on eBay. But then I transitioned from that to over to Amazon fulfillment, where you purchase products and you sell them and resell them, I should say, on Amazon. And that was a very fun business too. I loved it. I still do a little bit of it every once in a while. And then also wholesaling. So I was purchasing big lots of product, like pallet loads of things. What was I thinking, right? I still say that to myself. What was I thinking? It was super fun, but it was a lot of work too. So I was doing this liquidation business where I had product that I was liquidating. I bought it for pennies on the dollar and was able to flip that. So I've gone through all of these things. I used to go and do these the shows, where you go and you have a booth and you have all your stuff and you sit there all day or all weekend or whatever. You got to haul all your crap in. You got to haul it all back out. And interestingly, my husband, he used to joke with me about this, but it was totally the truth, that I was supposed to come home with less product than I went to do the booth and the show with. And instead, while I was there, I would go at the end of the day and go buy out multiple other booths because they didn't want to take their stuff home. So I would end up coming home with more than I than I brought in, which was great because I got them at a great price, so a great thing, you know. And you know, if I step even further back, I used to be a web designer several years back. I even worked in multi-level marketing one time for a while and was successful at that. And I mean, I could keep going back further and further and further. But the point I'm trying to make is that like the little frog jumping from one lily pad to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to now where I'm at now. Okay, how did I go through all of those things to finally get here? And I would have loved to start where I'm at right now. 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I could have said, wow, why didn't I do this sooner where I'm at now? Where I'm at now, of course, my personal business is book publishing, and then I teach online courses for that. So those are the areas that I personally make income in right now, and you may make them in all other areas too. But how did I get from that, floundering around, flipping and flopping in the Amazon world until now? Okay. And you know what, even still, I find that it's easy for me to still keep going in a million different directions all the time. And so I know that's a difficult thing for us as entrepreneurs, is to try and what do they say? Stay in our lane, right? Stay in our lane. And it still happens to me too. My students will say, Michelle, are you going to do a class on this topic? And I'll think, oh, my students want me to do a class on that topic. Maybe I should make a course on that. Well, wait a minute, I need to back up and see if those things align with where I'm trying to go in my business, because what happens is I end up on this hamster wheel going around over and over and over again. And I want to maybe hope that this video here today is going to help you. If you're struggling with that hamster wheel, or you're struggling with, jumping from here to there to there, how you can finally transition through that, how you can get through that and to be in that place where you're achieving the results that you planned on achieving from the beginning. I want to welcome you here today. I am going to take a quick look over here. There it is, my screen. I want to welcome you if you're watching from YouTube. If you're watching from Facebook as well, please give a like, a thumbs up, or a heart. And if you have any comments, please feel free to put those in there and I'll answer those for you today. And if you know someone who this video might be helpful with, feel free to tag them also. All right, clicking back over here. One thing was how I was able to get through those hoops is I still needed to be open to new ideas, because there's a lot of new things out there. The internet changes very rapidly, and I could quickly go to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And yes, I need to be open to new ideas, new possibilities, new streams of income. But also I need to recognize, is this for me or is it not? Okay. Or the third option, is it for me, but maybe it's not the right time. Okay. So if someone says, Michelle, are you going to go do this? Because I'm in the book publishing business. Am I going to go do this other kind of publishing? Or am I going to write a book? Someone asked me yesterday, am I going to talk about how to write a novel? No, I don't write novels. No, it's the same process as creating a book, like the activity books that I publish. But could I do it? Yes. Do I need to go there now? No. Is it something maybe for the future? So if you're inundated with lots of different things like I am, you need to think about that. Yes, I want to be open. I really do. But recognize if it's a fit or it's not a fit. Or maybe it is something for me in the future. And that's how I have to look at things, especially, I do some joint venture projects. I do some affiliate projects. And so how do those fit best with me and my audience? And maybe it's something really great and I do need to be open to it, and not so focused to a point where I'm blocking everything out. Sometimes there is a place for that where I just need to be super focused. But sometimes those new opportunities present that too. So building that muscle in my mind that says, hey, recognize this is an opportunity, but is it for me? Is it not for me? Is it something that is for me maybe, and it's not the right time, the timing piece of it? All right, with that being said, though, I also need to stay focused on what's currently in front of me. And I struggle with that one too, because obviously I wouldn't have done 10 different business models before I settled on my publishing and my courses. But focused on what's currently in front of me. So maybe you're working on something right now, and I have a lot of students in my courses and my masterminds, and they say, oh, I'm doing this. Well, I'm also doing this and this and this and this and this. Well, if I'm spreading myself so thin, okay, how is one thing getting enough of my attention? Now, it's definitely okay to have multiple things. Absolutely. That's how we get all those multiple streams of income, right? But if I could focus on one and get it to be successful or get it to be making me, some residual income, and then working on the next thing, okay, while that one's making me money, while the other one's making me money, now I'm able to go work on that other thing and get that one making my income for me. And now these things are making income. Now enables me to go and do the next thing instead of spreading myself thin between 3 different things out there. And what's interesting, I once heard how if Jeff Bezos, founder of Amazon, if Jeff Bezos and the people who founded Google and Mark Zuckerberg, see, so if those 3 people, the Facebook, Google, and Amazon, if somebody came up with the idea for all 3 of those, and they tried to do them all 3 at the same time, would they be successful as they are today? And that really hit me because I had to think, I don't know. I mean, they would be putting their apples in 3 different baskets out there. So for me, I have to stay focused on what's currently in front of me. What's that thing that's right now in front of me? While still being open to new things, and if it's the right time or not, but being focused on that thing that's in front of me, so I can get it to a place where it's supposed to be. I have lots of plans, I have lots of dreams, but if I just keep planning and dreaming and not focusing and doing, I'm not going to get where I want to go. And I definitely want to get where I want to go. So being open to new ideas, focusing on what's currently in front of me. And I think you're going to recognize this one for sure. Like you hear it everywhere. Everybody says it, right? They say, take action, right? And action's great. And I can take action this week and maybe in another week or 2, but that isn't going to cut it. What I need to do is take consistent action. And you know what? I am pretty weak in the consistency department. I've had to make myself be consistent with things, doing these videos twice a week for I don't know how many months now. We have over 40, 45 videos here. And so being consistent has been great. I do this for my other business with my publishing students and my courses, and I stay really consistent with that. And so it's not just that, it's, even when I was publishing my first books, I just sit down and be like, okay, I'm working on this for, 2 hours every morning or 4 hours a day or 4 hours on the weekend, whatever that time frame is, because I want to get to where I need to go, and I need to be consistently taking action with that. So consistent action is a very, very big one. It's that first step. You have to put it on the calendar. You have to protect your time and make sure that you get done what you need to get done. Otherwise, I'm just thinking about it. I'm just thinking, oh, I should do this and then do that. And I never get anything done except for a whole lot of thinking. And the time you ended up spending on thinking, you should spend on doing, right? At least I know I should be too, right? And the next thing I want to talk about is to always be learning new things. I've heard it said before that the new levels, new devils, right? What's the next thing that happens in business? And then there's going to be a whole new bunch of things that I'm going to have to figure out. And then I go to the next level and I'm going to have to figure out all those things. So every level has those things that you need to figure out. And you know what? I've made mistakes. I've messed things up. I've messed up the program on things before, but had I not taken that consistent action and realized, okay, now I got to figure this next thing out. I've always said, I love the phrase, everything is figure outable. So always be learning and realize that's going to keep happening. When I have 20 students in a class, what I have to understand how to do and present materials different than when I have 200 people in a course, or even more than that. So I'll always be learning and realize that right now I'm learning what I need to learn at this point. But when I get to the next level, there's going to be some more things that I need to learn. And when I take that next level, there's going to be more things, that I need to learn. So always be learning. And have that awareness about myself. I'm like, okay, I know that someone will tell me, hey, this really great thing you should be doing over here. I should be going and doing video trailers for my books. Okay. Something just coming up, something off the top of my head. I should go do these video trailers for my book and put them on a YouTube channel. So then what happens is Michelle will sit down and the next day spend 10 hours and start doing it. When in fact, I really should have been working on something else, something that was the most important thing in front of me. That other thing is definitely fun, but I need to focus on what's in front of me. So having that awareness that says, okay, what am I doing today? Am I being sidetracked today? Or am I focusing on my goal? Because it still happens to me, and I still want to get from A to B just like everybody else. and I always tell folks to post their goals in front of them. I have a whole bunch of sticky notes right here in front of me. I have little motivational plaques, and I have posters on each side of my wall right here that I enjoy. And things that inspire me. So if I surround myself with successful things and things that inspire me on my goals, then I'm more apt to be reminded about that. So I'm not getting sidetracked. I love to also reward successes. So, think about what is that thing you're going to do and how can you reward yourself for that? How can you celebrate that success? Because you know what, I'm by myself working on a computer. I'm not in a corporate environment. I'm not out at a company working somewhere. Thank goodness for Zoom, because we're able to communicate with people all over the world. But when we have a big success, we don't really always have somebody to celebrate that with us. And so I want to share that. I want you to celebrate your success too, before you just go to the next thing. I've had some really great goals that I achieved this year in 2020 that are, at this time last year, I probably wouldn't have, I don't know. I guess I did dream it. Yeah, I did dream it, but here I am, and to celebrate that. Earlier this year, I was celebrating, in February, because February is when we get paid our royalty income from books on Amazon. And I always buy something really nice or do something with some of that because it's a big, huge royalty check, or direct deposit, I should say. And I had bought tickets for my whole family, our children, our adult children, to go to a Bon Jovi concert. It was a big thing, I'm like, and my husband sat there thinking, are you really going to spend that much money and buy those tickets? And I said that, I need to do this. I need to do something to celebrate that success, because what it does is then it enables me to continue working really hard, continue staying focused, because I know that I'm going to get to the next level. And then I'm going to get to do something really great with that, so celebrating in a way that will inspire you to keep going and reach the next level. What would that thing be? Pick something. Obviously, this was the year of COVID-19, so the concert was canceled. But the point being is that you need to celebrate that somehow. Celebrate your successes so that you'll be inspired to go to your next level. And then finally, of course, know that I can change. And I have changed dramatically. I have always said I'm a recovering procrastinator. My friends know it's true, and so does my family. But it doesn't mean that I can't change. Am I good at squirreling? I probably would get a trophy for being the best squirreling person around, because I've squirreled so many times from one thing to the next, to the next, to the next. But I can change, and I can realize that you know what, Michelle, you're not a tree. You can move, you can change into something else, and you can transform into something else, and you can move forward. And it all starts with taking that action each day, whatever it is, something big, something small, but setting a goal and being really super consistent. Great. Oh, I think the one thing is really great is that I can, this is so exciting. I'll just share this right now with all the comments that are coming in. I'm wondering if, did I really make it in the world now that I get all these disgusting comments on my YouTube videos or even on Facebook? Wow, nice job, people. Is that how cool you're going to be here? Shame on you. I'm going to go and delete that right this minute. So I don't appreciate that. But, but most definitely, you know what? Maybe I'm doing okay because people are spamming me now. There you go, people. Yeah. How uncool is that? But anyway, okay. See, I got sidetracked right there. I got squirreled by the people spamming me with nasty, yicky stuff here. Now, yeah. See, yeah. And how long does it take to get your distracted mind back? It takes a few minutes, right? Right. I would like to open up to questions, unless you're going to put something disgusting and nasty and awful on my page, then I'm not going to answer those things. But if you have a question, I want to help support you in your business. Anybody can really do an online business. I'm telling you, I can do it because I've been there. I go from, even though I've gone from multiple different businesses and multiple business models, it really is possible. I could have stuck with any of the other ones too. But what I had to bring it down to is what worked best for me. And you have to choose what's best for you. It might not be reselling things. It might not be publishing like I do or creating online courses. It needs to be the thing that's you. Because those other things, they weren't really me. They weren't really me. And so it was harder to stick to it because it wasn't something I loved and enjoyed doing. So think about those things. What do I love to do? What do I enjoy doing? Okay. And find a business model that's around that. Now, as you do that, the reason that I've switched many times is to find that thing that fits with my lifestyle also. My lifestyle, my children are grown and gone. My husband and I like to do things, and we want to travel, and, we have motorsports that we go do in the summertime. And so, I needed something that allowed me to do that. So if I'm choosing a business model that's really going to require a lot of time or maybe a lot of physical activity or something like that, then I need to make sure that I pick something that I can do that way. When I went and bought out the entire retail store at the big mall, there's a big mall here near Portland, Oregon, and one of the chain stores was closing. And I went in and I negotiated to buy the remaining merchandise when the store closed. And nowadays there's lots of stores closing, but there weren't as many a couple of years ago when I did it. But I went in and negotiated this. It was the scariest thing ever. And so last day came, and whatever was left, I took, because I negotiated the deal for me to buy out all this liquidation from the store closing. And being from a big, huge mall, it was just like, what was I thinking, right? I bet you have some what were you thinking moments. And I did, and I resold that stuff over and over and over again. But physically, I had to carry this stuff out by cartload, and I had to haul it in a vehicle. And then when I was reselling it, taking pictures of things and putting it online and taking it to the shows and the booths and all these things, that involved a lot of time. So the things that I'm focused more on, because I said, hey, what's next for Michelle, right? Yeah, this year's been my 2.0, but boy, my 3.0, here's my 3.0, is doing those things that will run for me automatically behind the scenes. Okay, obviously book publishing and royalties is really great for that. So that's one of the ones I'm going to keep on sticking with. And then I love doing my online courses. But as I continue growing and evolving in my business too, I'm not going to just stop if I'm making 50,000, 100,000, I'm going to keep on going, right? 200, whatever. I'll go. I see the million people out there that are doing it. And if they can do it, so can I, right? So I'm going to keep on going. But I want to choose things that are going to work for me behind the scenes so I can work on the next thing. So that's where I'm going next with everything in business. And I encourage you to think of, what is it you want to go to next? What is that next step that you want to take to get you into the place that you're going to be in your 2.0 or your 3.0? Okay. And so for me, it's those automatic things. And that's what I'm working and spending my time on, is setting those kinds of systems up that will run for me wherever I'm at, whatever I'm doing. So I hope this has been helpful today. Thank you. Sharon says, I appreciate your willingness to share and encourage others. Thank you. I so much appreciate that. Thank you so very, very much. And I appreciate everybody that watches. I'm going to be posting in our Facebook group soon and asking what kind of videos you would like to see. And would you like me to continue to be interviewing? I love interviewing and bringing guests to you. Or would you rather continue to hear from me? Either way, or a combination of both of those. So I'm going to be posting in there. So if you know, put your comments in, but I'll put a poll up and let everybody vote for that. But what I want you to remind you of is that anybody can do this. Michelle last year is way different than this year. My 2.0 is making, twice the money, right? 2.0 double, right? And how can you get to that next one? How can you get you over to that next thing? And you can do that. You can do that by taking consistent action, being focused, being open to new ideas and new levels of things, and always keep learning new things at each level that you go to. So I thank you so much for watching today. And I want to encourage you to move forward in your business. Take one step, take something today, one thing, and put it on the calendar and schedule and plan to do it, or even right after this video to do it, and get that one little thing done, because that first step, that's your next step. I'm Michelle Brubaker. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe to this channel. Click the little bell icon so that you'll be notified when new videos come out. And follow me on Facebook and also our Facebook group, Online Moneymaker. Have a fabulous day. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching today. So go out there, make some money, and go do good in the world with it. Thank you.